Yeah, baby. We are live, chat. How are we? Went out of focus right here for a second. What's going on with that? There we go. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's I wonder, will it do both? Yes, it does both. Okay, that's weird. Wonder why. No worries. We just do that. And then we're here. We're good. All right. What's going on, chat? We're going to be talking about DanDaDan, chapter 203 today. So hopefully I don't think anyone in here, anyone who follows me, really is into DanDaDan like that. I have no clue. I wanted to do a One Piece chapter discussion, but it's Monday, so might as well just wait for the next chapter, which I think is going to be a banger anyway. So we can wait for that. So yeah, why not? Why not do a little DanDaDan? I love DanDaDan. Besides One Piece, DanDaDan is probably my favorite manga / anime right now. Maybe not my favorite anime at the moment. My favorite anime at the moment is One Piece, Frieren. What else is out there right now? Solo Leveling, when it was on, was like one of my. I look forward to that every weekend to watch. But manga wise, DanDaDan is for sure my favorite manga to read right now. I don't know why I keep going in and out with focus. So we're gonna do a little test stream, see if this does anything. If no one hops in here and talks to me about DanDaDan and the new chapter, it's all good. I'll just what will I do? I'll just ramble on about DanDaDan for probably 20 minutes. See where it goes. Yeah, new chapter 203. What the fuck is going on? We got a priest disguising himself as a ninja. Or no, sorry, wait, hold on. No, we got a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude, okay? We got a yokai disguised as a priest, misleading us to think he's a ninja. But then Grandma goes, hey, you're a yokai, aren't you? And we get a smoke yokai, bro. We get a Logia user in DanDaDan. That's insane. We get a straight up smoke. We got Smoker in DanDaDan, bro. I love it. Because I love Logias in One Piece. So I'm thinking, man, this is actually pretty sick. But how do we beat a smoke yokai? How does that even work? Because in One Piece we got hockey. We can fight Logia users with hockey. How do we fight smoke in DanDaDan? Like, how do we do that? Does anybody, I don't even know where to even begin with an idea here. Like, maybe Momo can use her energy to, like, trap the smoke so, like, he can't use his smoke. But, like, if he's smoke, could you even grab him, even with, like, energy, force fields and shit? I don't even know. Maybe, so at the end of the chapter, we'll get there. Maybe you need another spirit / yokai to fight them, and maybe that's more intangible. You can fight them because Grandma was just she like punched him and like went through him and was like, what the fuck? Literally like punched through his body. So I don't think that's gonna work, right? I don't think Momo's gonna be able to do anything. So, I mean, this is pretty much an easy chapter to talk about. It's also why I wanted to hop on and talk about it, because for a majority of the chapter, it was just a fight. So, you know, the yokai was going after Grandma's vitals, okay, and that's what she says. She's like, you know, you're going after my vitals, and these strikes are really easy to read. And she's nice with hand-to-hand combat, so she was like dodging, and then she gets hit, boom, she flies. He comes in out. She doesn't know where he's at. He comes in out of nowhere with an axe kick. She dodges it, and then she goes to hit him, and she punches right through him. And I go, okay, this has to be some kind of like jutsu kind of power, right? And then she looks back at him. She's like, what the fuck? And then boom, she gets cracked or she gets kicked, something. And she looks at him. She's like, damn, you're a smoke yokai. So Homeboy is a spirit. He's an entity. He's a yokai. He's a demon. But he's a smoke demon. How do we even fight this, bro? And so at the end of the chapter, Gigi comes in and he's pissed because he has to wait for Okarun to fight him, right? And Okarun is not, they're in two totally separate parts of the world. But luckily for Gigi, they made him wait in the car. And it's not even Gigi, it's the evil eye, right? Took over Gigi's body. And he goes, how long are you going to make me wait? He walks in with a ninja going, how long can you make me wait? Because in the previous chapter, they were getting escorted by this priest who was a yokai, playing as a priest. They get escorted to this temple to find this weapon, but the weapon has been stolen by the ninjas, and then they find out where the ninjas are, so they go find the ninjas' hideout. Now they're all surrounded by ninjas now, getting attacked, and the priest was, in on it. So that's how him and Grandma ended up in this fight. But Gigi comes in, he's like, how long are you going to make me wait, right? Because they made him wait out in the car because it's the evil eye. And they didn't want him to fight, or ruin anything. And in my opinion, because we've never seen this yokai before, I think this is how you fight someone that's intangible. Like, you can't grab him, you can't touch him, he's smoke. How do you fight that? You have to have another spirit, right? You have to have someone like Okarun, somebody like, well, technically not Okarun because he doesn't have Turbo Granny anymore. So you need someone like Turbo Granny or Evil Eye to fight him, right? Or what's his name? The other dude that's with him, the umbrella guy. How am I totally blanking on his name? Oh, I feel so bad for that right now. What is his name? I forget. We're gonna call him Umbrella Boy because that's the spirit, right? Umbrella Boy. And so you need to have someone like Evil Eye, Turbo Granny, or Umbrella Boy to take over someone's body to fight this guy. And we don't know the extent. This dude looks pretty strong. Like, we'll see if that, because that's just a hypothesis. We'll see if the hypothesis theory is right, that you'll need a spirit to fight the spirit, because I don't really see how you could fight this guy. He's literally smoke. It's like fighting a Logia in One Piece. If it came down to it, I do got money on the Evil Eye. We haven't seen the Evil Eye go all out literally since he was set free and fought Okarun, which is going on right now in the anime, right? So, hey, I'm hype. Next chapter is going to be another sick fight scene chapter. Evil Eye might have some dialogue to the smoke dude. He's going to be like, who the fuck are you? And Gigi's going to be like, where's Okarun? And he's just going to go all out. And I think we finally get to see the extent of the Evil Eye's powers, because, like I said, we haven't seen him fight in so long, and we don't know the extent of his powers. So the next chapter is going to be a really good chapter to showcase what the Evil Eye can do, And if all else fails, we got Umbrella Boy. Umbrella Boy, though, we've only seen him go all out when the one blob yokai, I forget his name too, he pretty much can possess yokais and pull out their full potential, and he did that to Umbrella Boy. And when Umbrella Boy's his full potential was popped out, that shit was insane, right? Umbrella Boy, when they were stuck in the game, the game board thing, and Umbrella Eye was possessed by this other yokai, his power level is off the charts. Like, he actually might be, when I was reading it at the time, I was like, damn, is he stronger than the Evil Eye or Turbo Granny? I don't think he's stronger than Turbo Granny, but in the moment, right, was like, bro, Umbrella Boy is fucking sick, and then he can use his umbrella in a limited amount of times. That's gangster, bro. Like, that's insane. So I think, and I honestly, when they were on their way, when they were fighting the fucking the hurricane yokai, like, why didn't they use Umbrella Boy to just destroy the Eye of the Storm, which they ended up doing, but then they still had to do more, right? Like, they had to still take the hurricane out like a scientifical way, like the air pressure, the water, hot and cool water and shit. So it was kind of a little redundant to have their whole plan go as the way it went. But with Gigi in the picture now, it's like we're gonna see who's stronger between, like, definitively stronger between the Evil Eye and Umbrella Boy, because if one doesn't work, one is. And honestly, though, we might see a team up. We might see Umbrella Boy and the Evil Eye fight each other if Umbrella Boy is ready to fight. Right? We might not know if Umbrella Boy can go right now, because he did use his powers when they were on the plane, and that takes a considerable amount to lock back in. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see. It's gonna be a fun fight. It's gonna be a fun fight. The Evil Eye versus this Smoke dude. I wonder if, like, because we never see, like, in One Piece, right? We don't see the people who are like smoke users or gas users. Like, we don't see these Logias really use their smoke abilities to their fullest potential. Like, bro, if I was Smoker, or if I was this smoke yokai, I would just go turn myself into smoke and just put myself in your lungs. Or I would just pour smoke down your lungs until you suffocate, you know? I want to see if they do stuff like that. I want to see if they go that far to make a smoke user broken. Because a lot of the times when you get, like, these smoke abilities in anime, they're supposed to be broken, but they end up not being broken because the user of, you know, said power just doesn't use it to its broken abilities. They don't write them. The authors literally don't write them to be broken. You know what I mean? Like, they just write them to be cool, or, like, you know, just this guy might be OP. He might be crazy. We'll see. And then they end up just being okay. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be fun seeing what's going on. And then we still need to see what's going on with Okaroon, because Okaroon and the two other chicks, they are on the other side of the planet, and they had to fight this one yokai that pretty much took over this other girl who has a yokai power. Tried to kidnap her, kill her, so they defeated her, and it was the PE teacher. Defeated the PE teacher and saved the homegirl. So it's Okaroon, the girl that sings, and then their new companion, this chick who can pretty much, she has full control over these little elf leprechaun things. I totally forget what they're called. I need to brush up on some of these chapters, just because I literally haven't read DanDaDan. Like, I could have told you all this while I was reading DanDaDan consistently, but since I'm only reading it, you know, weekly now, I just kind of forget some of the names of the characters. But so Okaroon, after their fight with him, Kanta, and the two girls, right? Is it Kanta? Kenta? Yeah, Kenta. He gets a weapon from Grandma Seiko, right? And she says it's a powerful weapon that you can use since you don't have Turbo Granny's power anymore, right? She gifts it to him. He opens it. It looks like a big old box, like it was going to be a sword or some kind of staff or something like that. When Okaroon opens it, it's literally a twig, like the size of a pencil. And it's not even like in any shape. It's not like a wand. It might be a wand. It actually might be just as simple as that. It might be a wand, but it looks like a little stick, a little twig stick, right? Like, it's the weirdest thing ever. And that's the last thing we've seen from Okaroon ever since, you know, we seen Okaroon. We haven't seen him since. That we've been, you know, focusing on Grandma Seiko, Momo, and the other gang. And so Okaroon has this stick. We don't know what it's going to be. Like, it literally could just be a magic wand where he could just kind of, like, say something and it happens, right? Like float him away, and then it just, you know, something floats, or just fireball, you know, or electric strike. And whatever he says comes out of the weapon, and, you know, it happens. That would be cool, right? Because now we're getting into, like, wizardry and stuff. We have pretty much witches, right? I guess, not really. Spirit mediums. We have mythological beasts like, you know, the Loch Ness Monster, aliens. Not saying aliens are mythic because we don't know, but, like, ancient Sumerians. I bet you we're gonna see Bigfoot or the Chupacabra sometime. Other kind of monsters. I guarantee you we're gonna see Dracula, some kind of vampire, maybe some zombies or something. But we absolutely have yokai, demons, right? We got aliens. We got the pyramids. We got all this stuff. Why not just keep adding more? Give Okarun a wand that literally turns him into a wizard. Like, why not? That would be so sick. We're gonna and also if you think about it, who does Okarun look like? Who does he look like? Chat. He looks like Harry Potter. He's got the same hair. He's got the same exact glasses. He just doesn't have a scar on his head, right? Okarun looks like Harry Potter, so it's not out of the realm of his weapon, his new weapon from Grandma Seiko, being a wand. That would just be cool. I think it'd be sick. But yeah, I think, the new chapter, pretty good. Another one comes out Monday. I don't think we're on a break. Let me check. Let's see if we are on a break or if it comes out next Monday. Let's see. Yep, 7 days. All right, so next Monday we will be back to discuss the next chapter because we're on a roll. It's getting pretty heated. I was gonna talk about the hurricane chapters, but honestly, I didn't think they were that interesting. There was those were the most least interest. Ever since I've started reading DanDaDan, the hurricane chapters were my least favorite. It was honestly it was fun, but I didn't like the whole the way they went about trying to destroy the hurricane, right? I thought the airplane fight scene was fun. I thought all that was fun. I thought, the lady smuggled the worm onto the plane. That was insane. That was good, but then when they try to fight the hurricane itself, I thought that was kind of just anticlimactic because they were we need to destroy the eye of the storm. And don't get me wrong, the artwork is beautiful. DanDaDan has beautiful double page spreads. And when we got up to the hurricane and seen it, and there was a giant ass eyeball in the middle of the storm, I was like, oh shit. And then they destroyed it, but then the hurricane was still going, so then they had to break it down scientifically. There was a lot of talking. There was one chapter where the entire chapter was Momo and the crazy lady who has the death worm, who owns the death worm. They were literally arguing the entire chapter on how to destroy the hurricane, and that was literally 16 pages out of the 20 pages of that chapter. And I was like, okay, we can move this along. You've literally explained how to destroy the hurricane the 3 times already. Let's just do it. Let's do that, and let's get back on the plane, and let's get where we need to be, because Momo, you're still tiny, and we need to get you to regular size again before it's too late, right? We all love Momo. We need Momo to be big again, man. Okarun is waiting for you so he could express his love to you. Yes, that is right. We are 200 chapters deep into DanDaDan, and Okarun still has not confessed his love. I mean, technically, he did tell Momo he loved her 10 chapters ago, but they were in some shit, and she told him to save it. She was like, save it until I'm out, or until we're both out of this. So yeah, we're still waiting for that. But yeah, anyway, that was the chapter. It was good. Next week it should be good with Gigi versus that smoke yokai. It's gonna be sick. So we're gonna be talking about that. I'll probably make a video talking about Okarun's new weapon. I think that'll be a pretty good video. But yeah, peace out, everybody. Hope you guys have a good